I'm Guise, and welcome to another episode of the really suspicious platter of curious animals. This month is a very special month for me. In fact, this month probably has one of the animals that I've been most looking forward to doing since before the season even began. This one is dedicated to a very good friend of mine. She has been the inspiration of many blog posts of mine, many an article, a lot of just really fun times. It's her birthday this month, and when this video goes out, I'm actually timing it to go out on her birthday, because without her I probably wouldn't have had a lot of the ideas I've had. So it seemed right. Now, she's a very smart person, she's a very caring person. She has a few quirks, mostly around fears, and everybody has a few quirks, a few fears, a few concerns, a few phobias. Hers, typical scorpion fear. Scorpion fear. It's pretty, pretty wise. They're deadly. Some of them. Lightning. Yeah, I can see storms. They're sudden noises. They're sudden flashes of light. It's unpredictable. And then there's one more. Yeah. For some reason, she's scared of squirrels. And it's quite a profound one. If a squirrel runs across the car park, she's scared. If, a good friend happens to find out about it, picks up a squirrel glove puppet, for example, and then proceeds to throw said glove puppet across a table, she'll have a minor freak out. If you then leave it around her flat, well, yeah, bit of shouting goes on. So this is probably freaking her out right now. But we'll get over it. We'll just move on and get into the episode. Sarah, if you're watching this, you don't want to watch any further. Enjoy. Hi, so yeah, welcome to Guise's really suspicious platter of curious animals. It's not really a curious animal this time, it's fairly common, but because this is a special episode dedicated to a very good friend of mine, we're going to have a bit of vengeance on her behalf. She is terrified of squirrels, and that's what we've got here, a whole squirrel in a small little packaging. I have a recipe for it, which I'm going to be trying to follow, but as my home ec teacher was very keen to point out, I was a bitter disappointment. So yeah, we're going to go cook the squirrel, see what it tastes like, and this is for my friend Tink, so let's get cooking. So, okay, the ingredients. We have the squirrel meat, which I'm going to open up in a second. I have to portion the squirrel into 3 parts. We have some rub here, which is flour, garlic, pepper, sea salt. I'm using 2 different types of sea salt. There's fine and there's coarse. Luckily this is a grater that allows you to get it down to that. We've got some flour in there as well. I've got some mushrooms to go with it, some cream to actually make a nice sauce for it. And we've got some Worcestershire sauce here for giving it a bit of a kick. So, squirrel, it was only £4.50 for a whole squirrel. I could have got it for £3.50 had I wanted to skin it myself, but I didn't want to skin it myself. So I'm just going to get this open. There's a lot of blood in there. So yeah, oh, it's a bony little devil. So what we want to do is we want to cut into 3 bits. Ah, man. Come on. I don't have a cleaver, so I am having to go bit by bit. Straight through. There was a lot of blood there. As you can see, blood everywhere. Ah, that's so nice. Sorry if that's just put you off, Squirrel. But, you know, man up. Then goes the rub. And we're just going to coat it just lightly, not much. Make sure there's thin. Shake it through. Do the same for the rest of them. Now it's got to that point, I'm going to throw in a few mushrooms. I love mushrooms, so I'm quite happy this recipe calls for it. I think that's enough mushrooms. Maybe a few more. Now, I'm going to pour in the cream. Or I will do if I can get hold of it. Here we go, and this is going to make a lovely sauce for it. Coat all the squirrel in it. And just, now seems like the perfect time. I'm going to add a bit more sea salt, a bit more garlic salt, a bit more garlic even, just a little bit. Bit more pepper, and so that looks perfect. Sauce is reduced, it's a bit creamy, it's a bit garlicky, and it should be flavoured, and the meat looks a perfect colour. So I'm just going to turn the heat all the way off and we'll serve up. And so here we are. Squirrel served on rice, and it's got this very garlicky sauce with mushrooms in it. I'm going to try one of the mushrooms first because that'll tell me what the sauce is actually flavoured like. Oh, the sauce has a really, really nice garlic taste to it. It's not too strong, and it's very creamy. It's lovely. I have to do it more often. So Now we try the squirrel. There's not much meat on the squirrel, if I'm honest. It's a lovely colour. See if I can get some. Having to find it beneath the mushrooms. Okay, there's a little piece. It looks a lot like rabbit. Tastes quite a bit like rabbit as well. I've only had rabbit once. It's a bit tough. But that's probably I've overcooked it or something. It's hard finding meat. This is the thing, I wouldn't say it was the best value for money meat because you don't get much meat on it. It's not bad. Aha. Oh, it's got this lovely pink texture to it. It's try and get it so you can see it. Yeah, it looks very rabbity, very also a little bit pigeony. Yeah, it's somewhere between rabbit and pigeon. It's a very, very nice flavour actually. Flavour-wise, it is really good. I just think it's a shame that you don't get much for it. You know, you really have to pick at it to get the meat free. When you get it, it's really it's got this really nice earthy taste. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, you can imagine that it is a common forest animal. You know, most of the other things I've tried have tasted like another animal. They've tasted like dry cow or, you know, dirty pig. This one has a taste that's very much kind of what it should be. It tastes of the woods, and it goes really well with the garlic and the mushrooms. It's a little bit smoky. I don't know whether it's been prepared that way, but it really does go well. I don't think this is in any way going to replace any common meat that we actually have. There's too little on it. Maybe if they mechanically reclaimed some of the meat, there might be some value for it. But considering it's one that, you know, in the event of a downfall of food manufacturing, you could just go out into one of the parks and kill, I'd say that it's actually quite a good alternative. Out of 10, I'd probably give it about a 5 or a 6. There's just too little meat on it. But it does taste really good.